We can't hear you. You're muted.
Hey everybody, so excited to have you here and joining me for this mini Cooking with Oils class. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be just short, give you some ideas of some things you can do during this holiday season. So really looking forward to it. So welcome. I am really excited just to talk to you about today's topic. Because it's, to be honest with you, okay, cooking isn't my favorite thing to do, mainly because it takes a lot of time sometimes and I have so many other responsibilities. However, I became aware of how important it was to really take care of my health and how intentional I needed to be doing that almost 45 years ago when I really had some very difficult health challenges. And so I've been on this personal wellness journey for a long time. And it's really been exciting to learn new ways that I can incorporate oils into my recipes and into my meals. Not only does it really create amazing, flavorful dishes, but it's often more cost effective. And it's really a lot easier than adding spices and seasoning. Now, I know ingesting oils can be a concern for many, but don't worry. I know you may have heard a lot of things about never ingest essential oils, and there is a good reason for this, okay? All essential oils are not created equal. You'll hear me say that. But this class is going to give you the knowledge to make an informed decision and the confidence to try some new things, especially when it comes to cooking with these amazing premium essential oils. So let's get started, everyone. As I said earlier, not all essential oils are created equal. Today, we're going to be talking about essential oils that are GRAS, or generally recognized as safe by the FDA, oils that are used in the industry for flavoring. However, many of the ones that are used in the industry are synthetic. So we know when you shop Young Living that you're going to be getting quality products that are backed by our seed to seal guarantee that you won't find anywhere else. And you can expect that Young Living will provide you with only the best. I can trust them. Here are my top reasons for only using Young Living when I'm talking about ingesting oils. Number one, plant material that they're using is grown on their corporately owned farms or farms that are carefully vetted, partner farms. And you can visit these, you can see how they're doing it. Secondly, they are using sustainable farming and sourcing practices. That provides us with the purest oil. They take great care to preserve and to protect the natural resources. And I really like that. And what I really like is they hand weed their fields. So there's zero use of pesticides. Their oils are done so that they retain their natural constituents and the therapeutic properties of the oils. And they use food grade distillers with state-of-the-art design and distillation methods. I knew one lady and she was allergic to an oil, and it was because their distiller had iron in it and she was allergic to the iron. So you won't have that problem with Young Living oils. Also, they use a low pressure when they're distilling and a low temperature, and that way they don't have to use any solvents or any synthetic chemicals, and they can really get the most constituents out of the oil. And then they use a very rigorous testing system so that each batch is rigorously tested, not only in their labs, but also in third-party labs, okay? And then the oils are carefully reviewed through every step of this production process, okay? If it doesn't meet Young Living standards, those oils will not be used, okay? And that's what I like best about this. These are top quality oils that you can trust, okay? So let's just talk a little bit about usage and safety. Essential oils can be used in three main ways. Aromatically, and that's when we either diffuse them or we just kind of smell them as we inhale them. They can be used topically when we kind of put them on our skin, and then internally. And for the purpose of this class, we're going to be focusing on that internal usage, okay? Remember that the seed to seal stuff we mentioned earlier, that's how you know you're getting safe quality essential oils. Remember, these oils are pure, unadulterated, and potent. They are GRAS, remember, as I said, generally recognized as safe, approved. For this reason, it's recommended to always start slow, read your labels, do your own research, and feel empowered to determine your comfort level with ingesting essential oils. Young Living makes it so super easy because we have an entire line of essential oils that are approved for ingestion that's called the Vitality line. So the oils have also been non-GMO project verified. And I really like that. So you know when you're using Vitality oils, they're for ingestion. And cooking with oils is not complicated, but there are a few tips I'd like to give you. Number one, store your oils in a cool, dry place so the oils, some of the oils will do well in the refrigerator. You don't have to. Make sure it's a dry place. Put your cooking oils in a dedicated food grade dropper bottle. I like to use something like this or one of these that I like to use. So it's kind of easy for me to just measure using it. Always remember to use stainless steel or glass when you're prepping or mixing with oils. Oils and plastic don't mix well, okay? And then keep your bottles sealed tightly to kind of preserve their quality and the shelf life. Don't screw them too tightly or you'll crack the lid. So you don't want to do that, okay? And then add your oils to the dish at the end of the cooking process when possible, because this will extend the life of your oils. And it requires that you have fewer drops so you can get the desired flavor when you're doing it. So just keep those few things in mind. Now, one of the things people like to talk about is cost, okay? So let's talk about the cost and the convenience of using essential oils in cooking. Let me ask you, do you buy fresh or dried herbs and spices from the grocery store to cook with? Are they organic? Have you ever done a breakdown of how much it actually is costing you per dish? Okay. Oftentimes I hear people say oils are just too expensive, but you know what? I kind of done the math and I don't think so. Let me give you an example. Since Amazon is a household name, I picked a product from there. Frontier Co-op Organic Rosemary Leaf, the fancy grade. I didn't know they had fancy grade, but they do, okay? Now, you can get a 0.85 ounce bottle for $6.98, and it contains approximately 7 tablespoons of organic dried rosemary leaf, which ends up being 99 cents per tablespoon. Now, according to our conversion chart, 4 drops of rosemary essential oil is equal to 1 tablespoon of the dried herb. An entire bottle of Rosemary Vitality has about 90 to 100 drops in it, okay? And so it costs about $8. So that equals about 8 cents per drop, okay? Or it would be a total of 32 cents for a tablespoon worth of rosemary. Now, I'm not really a math whiz, but I think 32 cents is less than 99 cents. In fact, it's almost 70% savings, right? Okay, so maybe I'm not too bad at math after all. So let's say that you're making a dish and the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of rosemary. You could run to the store or you could wait for it to be delivered from Amazon and you could pay for the dry stuff. Or you could grab some fresh rosemary, probably pay a little bit more, only use what you need. And then you end up kind of throwing a lot of it away because it turns brown, right? The best, and to me, the most affordable option, have a well-stocked oil cabinet and you can just grab your Rosemary Vitality instead, spending only 32 cents and give your dish a fresher, more robust flavor profile. And guess what? You can keep using the same bottle of oil for 25 more dishes and still get great flavor and freshness every time. Now, to me, that adds up to a win. I think it's very cost effective. So keep in mind too, that it's really good all the way through. There are so many ways that you can use these oils. Another savory way to cook with them and to really get your best bang for your buck is to infuse the oils in other things like your butter, your salt, your olive oil. For example, take butter. If you want to flavor it, just add 1 drop of essential oil to a teaspoon or a tablespoon of softened butter, depending on how strong you want that flavor. Or here's a fun one. If you want to flavor salt, take your empty lemon, lime, basil, rosemary, or thyme essential oil bottle, fill them with your high quality Himalayan or your Celtic sea salt, and just let it sit in that bottle for 24 hours. You've got an infused salt, okay? Or how about a flavored spray? You could combine 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, add 10 drops of your desired essential oil, and put some filtered water in a 2-ounce food grade glass spray bottle. Shake it up before each use and just spray it on the food. Oh my goodness, it's perfect. Really good on pasta. Or you could flavor your kitchen oils. You can play around with this one. Maybe grab a 2-ounce food safe dropper bottle, preferably glass, remember, and fill it with some extra virgin olive oil, whatever your favorite is. Leave the room, leave enough room in the bottle for your essential oil, and start with just a few drops, okay, until you get it to the preferred level of flavor that you really like. Now, another way is flavored water. You can take your citrus essential oils, they're really great for this, and just put maybe a drop into your water. And keep in mind that the citrus oils are cold pressed from the rind, so they aren't going to be hard on your tooth enamel, okay? And they're filled with antioxidants. Can't beat that. But always start with just 1 drop in your water. Remember, don't use plastic, and add more if you really desire it. And remember, if you've signed up for this class, you've asked, we're going to have a recipe book with all these ideas in it that you can get later to look at. But here's one recipe that I think is really a good way to start. It's really easy. Remember, you're the chef here, so you decide what flavors you really like, but you kind of add in the ones and let your imagination just take you off and be creative, okay? Because all you need is like half a cup of olive oil, take a couple of cloves of garlic, you mince them up, 1 shallot, mince it up, add 2 or 3 drops of your lemon, your lime vitality. Remember to start small. Add 3 or 4 drops of your tangerine vitality. Oh, and 1 or 2 tablespoons of a sweetener. Whatever you like to use, salt and pepper it to your taste, and whatever you enjoy. And this is just really great on salads. It's just really fun one to do, and an easy one to do at that. But one of the best things about cooking with oils is they never go out of season, okay? You could be in the dead of winter and still whip up a dish that tastes as fresh as spring, okay? Today, we're going to just talk a lot about the summer recipes, but let me show you some other ways that you could do this. Let's say that you add the black pepper vitality to your scrambled eggs. This is something I really enjoy doing. I just add a drop to my scrambled eggs. Or you could add orange or Thieves vitality to melted chocolate and drizzle it over some sliced fruit. Doesn't that sound great? Or how about add peppermint vitality to brownies or hot chocolate? Or you can add just a drop of cinnamon bark or nutmeg to your pancake batter. Or how about oregano and basil vitality to your spaghetti sauce? Or try adding lemon vitality to marinades for your fish and chicken. And another one of my favorites is adding a drop of dill to my potato salad recipe to die for. Or try cilantro vitality in your rice for Taco Tuesdays. Doesn't that sound great? So many ways that you could do it. But we're going to talk about summertime. Charles Bolden said, summertime is always the best of what might be. And on a sweet summer, you're thinking sunshine, you're thinking outdoors, beaches, barbecue. Think about what's your favorite thing to do in summer. Okay, for me, summer means giving up the oven, okay? It means giving that oven a break. My husband likes to fire the grill up. We have cold salads, lots of frozen desserts, and just sitting around on the deck. A lot of people like to sit at the campfire, roast marshmallows, s'mores, and just make fun memories with your family and with your friends. In this mini class, here's just a few recipes that are perfect for your summer celebrations. Again, be sure to put your name in the chat or DM me in Facebook so that I can get the information and make sure that you get the complete recipe ebook that complements this class. But one of the first ways to think about using the Vitality oils is refreshing beverages. One of them is just your smoothie. Here's a smoothie recipe, but you can adjust it to anything that you really like. I like to use a tube of Ningxia Nitro. It gets me going early in the morning. I love to add a little orange or tangerine Vitality. I use a coconut water. Sometimes I use an almond milk, put in like a half a cup of strawberries, a half a cup of blueberries, a peel of orange. You may want to add in a banana. Some people like to do that. Half a cup of chia seeds. Put in your ice. That's always optional. Just combine them, blend them to your taste, and voila, you've got a very refreshing beverage. Great way to start your summer morning. And here's a real favorite of everyone, lavender lemonade. And you don't have to tell them that it's good for them, okay? All right, because all you need to have is your lemon, your fresh squeezed lemon juice, the honey, the Vitality, lavender Vitality, the lemon Vitality, and some water. Let me tell you how you do this. So what you want to do is add your lemon juice to the glass pitcher. Remember, we always use glass. And I like to include the lemon pulp, okay? That's my preference. And then in a small saucepan, put the honey in, a half a cup of your water over a very low heat, and then stir until the honey is combined with the water and you've got like a little syrup. Then put just a drop of your lavender Vitality and a couple of drops of your lemon Vitality to the syrup, okay? Don't add it to the water, add it to the syrup. Pour that syrup into the pitcher with the lemon juice and then fill it with water, okay? Serve it over ice and just enjoy it. It's wonderful, refreshing summer beverage. So awesome. And who doesn't really like grilling, okay? Okay, essential oils can be used during the meat smoking process as well. So here's how you do that. Once your smoking process has started, just add a few drops of your favorite essential oils to the wood chips or to the smoking pan, okay, of your smoker. Now, remember, since the heat breaks down the essential oils and makes them evaporate more rapidly, you may have to add a few drops throughout the smoking process to really get the achieved desire and the flavor that you want. But it is so wonderful tasting when you do that. And please let me remind you to follow food safety rules when you are doing grilling with meat this summer. Make sure you're cleaning all the surfaces carefully with a non-toxic cleaner. That's why I like to use our Thieves Cleaner. Make sure that you keep the cold foods cold and the hot foods hot. Okay, perishable foods should always be put away, either kept cold or kept hot. Please don't leave them out more than 2 hours. And if it's hotter than that, you don't want them sitting out at room temperature even the 2 hours. And you definitely don't want to cross-contaminate. You don't want to put your veggies or your salads on surfaces that have had raw meat. You want to be very careful about this. So keep those food safety rules in mind as you're enjoying your wonderful grilling times, okay? Here's one of my favorite marinades. Marinades are really easy, and there's several in the recipe book, but you just have a little olive oil and you combine the olive oil with a soy sauce. If you can't do soy, I do liquid aminos. Add a little red wine vinegar, your clove, just a drop of oregano Vitality, just a couple of drops of lemon, just 1 drop of black pepper. Remember, we start small, so you're just doing 1 or 2 drops of these Vitality. They're very, very concentrated. They're wonderful flavor. You just mix all those together. Set the meat in a shallow dish or a glass dish, remember, or baking dish. Pour the marinade over it and cover it and refrigerate it for 1 to 4 hours before you grill it. Be sure to discard any unused marinade. Don't try to use it again. Now, who's in for ice cream? So here's a great way to get a blueberry lavender ice cream that's awesome. You're just gonna need a couple of cups of frozen blueberries, a cup of your coconut cream. Use about 4 teaspoons of your sweetener. I use the blue agave, 4 drops of the lavender vitality, and then up to a 1/3 cup of the coconut water. Remember that you're gonna line a small casserole dish with the wax or the parchment paper is kind of how to do it. Kind of add your frozen blueberries, your coconut cream, your lavender vitality, your sweetener, add that to a high power blender or to a food processor, pulse it all together really good. And then you add in the coconut water, just 1 tablespoon at a time to help them blend together smoothly. Okay, you don't want to add too much liquid or the ice cream is going to be too soft serve. Okay, and then you pour that blended ingredient into your prepared dish, cover it and freeze it for about 4 hours. And then you can just scoop it into bowls. And you can garnish it with your favorite topping. But it's a real easy way to make your ice cream, your lavender ice cream. It's just so wonderful. These are just a few of the recipes that I wanted to share with you today during this time. And I do want to, before I leave you, tell you how you can get the best deal, especially on our Young Living Vitality essential oils. It's so easy. All you have to do is go to youngliving.com or go to my website, naturallynozella.com, hit shop, put your items into the cart. Decide what you want, set up your account if you aren't a member. If you know someone that invited you, know their enrollment or their referral number and just kind of put that in. It's really quick. And let me tell you, I know you don't want to pay full price, so there's a couple of ways you can unlock the 24% discount. If you put anything on the Auto Rewards loyalty program, you automatically unlock it regardless of the cost. If you purchase 100 PV or more on your first order, you unlock that 24% discount for the rest of the year. And if you're on the loyalty program, there's so many freebies you get and discounts and just so much there. So just let me know if you're interested in doing that, and I'll be happy to tell you more about that and get you started. Make sure you get your oils. Here I have a QR code. You can just quickly take a picture of it and it'll take you directly to where you can shop and get your oils, or plug in naturallynozella.com/vitality and you'll see all the oils that we have there. There's almost 50 different vitality oils that Young Living has that will really help you get going with your cooking. And you know what? You did it. You now know how to cook with essential oils. It's that easy. You can walk confidently into your kitchen and whip up your first oily recipe and be creative, experiment, try new things. You've got this. And please share with me the recipes that you do. I want to thank you for your time with me. And I have a giveaway that I'm going to be doing for those that have been on the call live, either on the Zoom or in Facebook. So please make sure you type your name in the chat, comment on Facebook. Tell me what's your favorite recipe, which recipe that you enjoy the most. And I've got a free vitality that I'm going to be sending to someone. We're going to do a drawing and I'll be announcing that at the end of the week. I want to make sure I give everybody a chance to get into the drawing before we close out. But I do want to thank you so much for being with me today during this short class. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy your holiday celebrations and stay safe.